A very good morning to all the viewers of Q News English, and a special good morning to Bhagya Kumar for being there almost 10 minutes before time, and I was actually ready as well. So I just wanted to wait till the clock ticks at 7. So starting with, let's just welcome all our viewers. So yes, we do have a Bhagya Kumar out there. First of all, wishing us all a very good morning. And people, please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you are new to the channel. And also please do share, we would need your support to grow. So let's start with our very own Shanarthi Telangana, which is published by the Q Group Media. In fact, it's an online paper that I love to read. And yesterday, when we were discussing about the Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, so the kind of remarks that he had passed, and that was circulating. It was there on all the news channels, and everybody was covering this news exclusively for the kind of remarks that he had passed about the education of women, and also their awareness and their empowerment. So that was really demeaning, and owing to which today we have an apology which is welcomed. And I'm ashamed of my remarks, says Nitish, and nobody actually spared him. Here we have a Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi also reacting to this, and he says prominent leader of Indie Alliance used indecent language in the assembly shamelessly. Not a single Indie Alliance leader is speaking against it. How low will they stoop and bring shame to the country, says Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And yes, indeed, it was very, very shameful. But we have an apology today. And what does he say? He issued an apology on Wednesday for his controversial remarks regarding women's education and population control. The apology followed widespread condemnation from various segments of society, particularly from the opposition BJP, concerning his detailed description in assembly of how an educated woman can influence her husband during sexual intercourse. So what was the need to explain? He could have used a proper terminology to express or explain what he wanted to say. The educated women will have knowledge about various contraceptive technologies or methods. He could have used something like that. And in the State Assembly, Kumar stated, "I apologize and retract my words. I'm deeply ashamed of what I said, and I offer my sincere apology." He also expressed his regrets for his comments made outside the Vidhan Sabha. Kumar clarified that his comments were not intended to offend anyone, that he has consistently advocated for women empowerment and their holistic development. He added, "My intention was not to hurt anyone. I have always emphasized on the importance of education in population control. As you are aware, I always stood for women empowerment and their overall development." So development is what he's talking about now, developing women and their empowerment. So that, what was the need? I don't know what happened out there, why he had to actually do this. And moving on, Navy to be fully Atmanirbhar by 2047, says the Chief of Naval Staff. Chief of Naval Staff Admiral R. Hari Kumar, and it's very important for us, all the defense forces of India should be Atmanirbhar, and Navy will be Atmanirbhar by 2047. So long time ahead, and and it also marks the 100th year of India's independence. And he made his statement during his address as a chief guest at the convocation of Karnavati University, located near Urvasad village in Gandhinagar district. Admiral Kumar emphasized the importance of defense sector as a significant demand generator. He noted that Indian Navy's role in contributing to Atmanirbhar Bharat and pointed out 65 warships and submarines. Wow, that's really a good one for the Navy. The charred bus after it suddenly caught fire en route to Delhi from Jaipur as it reached Gurgaon on Wednesday, or Gurugram. 2 people died and 7 others sustained burn injuries in the incident. Whoa, that's really tragic. And let's see, Maratha activist warns OBC leaders. Now, there was a protest, a huge unrest was there in Maharashtra owing to the call from the Maratha to be considered as for the quota, and owing to which now a statement has been made by none other than Manoj Jarange, who was actually protesting and has intensified his demand for reservation for Maratha community, warning that he will disclose the names of OBC leaders obstructing Maratha quota benefits. This move is likely to further exacerbate the divide between the Marathas and the OBC communities. Jarange Patil declared, if reservation is not granted by December 24th, I will publicly reveal the list of people responsible for impeding Maratha reservation. Those opposing this reservation should explain their reasons. So that's another threat looming over the people who are actually opposing this, and the support is growing for Jarange. And they also went violent. That's what we witnessed a couple of weeks ago. And now let's have a quick look at what is the situation in Israel, the war that was going on between the terrorist group Hamas and Israel. And the sufferers were the residents of Gaza, the Palestinians who were residing in Gaza. Now these are the pictures. We see thousands of them with their children, with their belongings. They are actually trying to seek a refuge, but no country is willing to let them in. There is a reason behind that, people, and if you want me to go through that as well, last time there was a country which did let them in, and they actually tried to overturn their government. So owing to which no country wants them in, wants the Palestinians. Although if we see the majority of the population in Palestine, in fact, the majority population is that of Muslims, and the neighboring countries are all Islamic nations, but still no country is willing to give them refuge. That's the point to ponder. And why is that? We do have a reasoning behind that as well. Now, airstrikes on Gaza Strip killed Hamas weapons maker and several fighters. As far as I remember, now their target was the man who was the mastermind behind the attack on 5th of last month. So they wanted to eliminate the main culprit, and let's see, were they successful? As the air and ground offensive targets and militants, and also the Hamas, the terrorists from Hamas, they have a network of tunnels which is widespread, hundreds of kilometers is what they have covered in tunnels itself. Now these tunnels are to be destroyed. That's another challenge for the Palestinian army, and they are actually doing their job, but they are facing resistance as well, the armed resistance of Hamas. Still they are not ready to surrender, despite the fact that more than 10,000 civilians have been killed, including more than 4,000 children. So that's the level of death toll, and that's how the death toll is increasing. But still the Hamas, the terrorists are not willing to let go the hostages. There was a window that was provided yesterday. There was a ceasefire that was done so that they can actually return the hostages, but they are not willing to do so, owing to which, so that clearly indicates Hamas does not bother about all the people in this picture. They are okay if they get killed. What is the point of attaining an objective once you don't have the people you are actually raising that point for? I fail to understand this narrative. It's not that Hamas was fighting for Palestinians. That's evident. Had they cared for the people of Palestine, they would have by now actually handed over the hostages to Israel, and there would have been a request for peace, because they know very well with the kind of technology Israel has it will not be difficult for Israel to counter Hamas. They will not be getting support owing to the international pressure being exhibited by various nations over the supporting countries like Turkey and all. So now Iran and Turkey that were supporting Hamas, so they will also not be able to support Hamas for long owing to the international pressures. We have United States of America joining hands with Israel, United Kingdom, India, everybody, all the major powers in the world, and all of them are also the major economic powers of the world along with the military power. Now all these powers have come together to support Israel, and will Hamas stand a chance? Israel alone is capable enough to take care of all the terrorists of Hamas, but they are not ready. They don't care about the lives of these thousands of people who we can see in this photograph, the kids. They are ready to sacrifice these kids also, and that's the sad news. So they are not, I would have called them militants, but a militant will be fighting for his community. A militant will be fighting for his rights. But here it is the other way round. They don't care about their own. So that they are not militants, they are terrorists. All they want to do is perpetrate terror. Now, Israel struck Gaza in a response to Hamas raid on southern Israel on 7th of October, in which gunmen killed 1,400 people. Palestinian media reported clashes between militants and the Israeli forces near Al-Shati beach refuge camp in Gaza city. Now there was a refuge camp, and that is why even the situation becomes even more difficult, because people have taken refuge there, the civilians have taken refuge, and the Hamas terrorists also joined them. So this is what happened out there. The Hamas armed wing, Izzaddin al-Qassam brigades, said its fighters had destroyed an Israeli tank in Gaza city. What is the relevance of it? You destroy one Israeli tank, there will be hundreds of them more pounding the city again. There was no further word from Israel on the possible fate of Yahya Sinwar. So Yahya Sinwar is the mastermind behind this attack that was carried out on 5th. So he was to be eliminated. The most senior Hamas leader in Gaza and believed to be the key planner of October 7th attacks. Alright, it was October 7th, not 5th, my correction. I stand corrected. And Chief Military Spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari said combat engineers were using explosive devices to destroy a tunnel network built by Hamas that stretches for hundreds of kilometers. Now this is what I was talking about. This network of tunnel stretches to hundreds of kilometers, and they are being the explosive devices are being used to destroy this network. Now Israeli tanks have met heavy resistance from Hamas fighters using the tunnels to stage ambushes, according to the sources with Hamas and the separate Islamic Jihad militant group. Israel says 33 of its soldiers have been killed. Israelis have voiced fear that military operations could further endanger the hostages who are believed to be held in the tunnels. Alright, so now the hostages are also held captive in the tunnels. So that's a new one for me as well. Israel says it will not agree to a ceasefire until the hostages are released. Hamas says it will not stop fighting while Gaza is under attack. So that's a catch-22 position, and wherein they have interlocked. Now this is a deadlock that exists. Hamas says Israel should stop the attack, and only then we will let the hostages free. But Israel says they will not cease the fire unless and until the hostages are released. So let's see. Only time can, I don't know if there can be a negotiation with them. Ideally, there should not be any negotiation with the terrorists. And moving on, what do we have here from the Kerala Chief Minister? He says Governor Arif Muhammad Khan unnecessarily delayed certain bills in pursuance of his aim to trouble the state government. Khan may have several reasons which may not be confined to creating troubles for the state government, as he may have some personal agenda also. Now it's owing to the bills that were staged during the discussion, and they were not passed. The voting was disrupted, and Khan might have some personal reasons. That's what Vijayan has to say. And what do we have? Salman Khurshid commenting on former Union Minister Salman Khurshid says, KCR, now he is commenting on the Telangana politics as well. So let's see. KCR-led BRS government in Telangana has not fulfilled its election promise of constructing double-bedroom houses for the poor. So it's the, I think, Griha Lakshmi scheme was one. I'm not sure which one was this. People do let me know in the comment section. The BRS promised to construct 5.7 lakh two-bedroom house kitchen houses by 2024, but it has been implementing the scheme only on a sample basis. So he has also questioned the scheme that was launched by BRS. And what do we have here? We have Amitabh Banerjee. Also Amitabh Banerjee. Okay. We have comments. Selva Rajan, welcome to the stream. We have Sri Devi along with Kumar. He says BSP. All right. So he has explained the elephant and love. So he loves the elephant. That is the symbol for the Samajwadi Party. All right. Strong personality you have, Bhai. So Amitabh Bhai, welcome to the stream. Welcome to our telecast today. And he's one of my friends residing out there in Noida. And Kumar students can do all right. Amitabh is saying making sense, and BSP, RSP, true. एक छोटा सा गलत काम पूरे जीवन की तपस्या पर कलंक लगा सकता है. So now that's the comment coming in from Naveen Kota, and he is referring to the comment by Nitish Kumar, the Chief Minister of Bihar. And he has been the people's choice for consecutive terms, but now with this, that's what he's referring to. Naveen Kota is referring to कि एक छोटा सा काम पूरे जीवन की तपस्या पर कलंक. So, and it takes a lot, it takes a lot to build a political career, and it takes a lot to reach the position of a chief minister of a state. So, and after this comment, will he be remaining? Will people still vote for him? That's the big question. क्या कलंक लग गया है? Or people might pardon him because he has actually asked, right, Amitabh says, sad but true. Yes, it is. He's referring to the fight between Hamas. Many people don't understand the difference. Yes, all right. He's saying about, somebody being called a terrorist and somebody being called as that's the point that he's referring to. Difference between a terror. Good morning, Anna says, Satyam, Gaza jaisi karni vaisi bharni. So talk on Mallanna's canvassing for Congress. So we have Funny Shekhar talking about Mallanna's, every time I get online, you resemble a professor in my colony. Are you a professor? No, I'm not a professor, Amit Bhai. You know very well. I'm not a professor. I might resemble him, but Balraj says, good morning, Mallanna. My father used to say, just a drop of urine can spoil the bucket of milk. All right, a drop of lemon also. Yeah, that can happen. Yes. And we have BSP sidelined in Telangana elections. RS Praveen Kumar sidelined the fight between BJP, BRS and Congress. Indeed, very true, BSP has been sidelined, although Samajwadi Party stands for the SC, ST and BC communities. But they have been sidelined indeed, thanks to BSP, Congress and BJP. So, two of these parties, Congress and BJP, happen to be the central parties, and the major parties of India. And Lucky Mind Kids is also here along with us. So, very good morning to all of you. You are doing good. That's what he says. So, he said, Paul Multiples, good morning. A very good morning to you as well. And somebody wanted me to comment on, in fact, it was Funny Shekhar Reddy. So, although I did not get a chance to speak with Mallanna or meet him, but I wanted to travel to Hyderabad on the eve of Diwali, but again I have some commitments out here in Bangalore, owing to which I will not be traveling. I'll be here in Bangalore. So I don't see a chance of meeting him in person, but I was going through his news telecast earlier and he did explain everything in detail as to he was out there in Delhi. He was not telecasting the Telugu news for you, for his fans, but then he was in Delhi, but he did not agree to take the seat that was being offered. Probably that is the equation that stands right now. And also he would keep on supporting Congress. His equation is, it's not about supporting Congress, let's be honest. In fact, we have always been honest, and he has been more honest than anybody else on this platform. You know, he is a one who is actually, who comes online every day. He faces, he reads your comments, he faces, he answers, and he represents you every day. There is this, despite the fact, you know, I have seen for myself the kind of torture that he had to go through from the ruling party, the allegations that were made against him, the way he was named, called, shamed. I've seen that happening. So, all right, why did I open this window? I did not want this. So right now, the objective is not to support Congress or BJP or BSP or any party as such. The objective is that the current government and its corruption should stop. That's what his agenda is. And he would not leave any stone unturned. He has been doing that when there was no opposition. That's the role of the opposition. You know, one day I was talking to him, when we met very initial stages, at the very initial stage of our meeting, he told me I asked him, like, what is it that you do and why are you so popular amongst people? So he told me, I don't know about the popularity part, but people love me for one thing, that I question. That is why my channel is also named as QNews, and also it is the right to recall. I asked him, like, why is this, what is this right to recall and why all these things? So he said, I said, do you have a political agenda? He said, not at the moment, but yes, if it requires me to be at a position, to be in power and do something good for the people, I will definitely take it up. I'll give it a shot. But that is not the core objective. Whatever happens, I will be standing by the people. I'll be standing for the people. For 1 week, I was there attending all the meetings that he was attending. I was there during all the, all those people who used to come to office of Q News to meet him. There used to be a huge line. He was disturbed. He was under tremendous pressure, but still he made sure. I wanted him to take a break. I said, I'm done with all these issues that you are handling. Somebody is approaching with their papers, where they say, I have a problem, this department is not helping me out. My land deal is actually stuck because of these. Some people come, I have filed for a divorce. I need a lawyer support. Some people come, my husband did, my wife did, my son, and the list is endless. People have come there discussing Pani Puri as well. Can you believe it? And the kind of patience that he exhibited was exemplary. He did not take a break till he resolved all the issues by afternoon. And then he said, bhai, let's go and, take a break now. So that is the level of commitment that he has. He will not take a break unless, and then I asked him, don't you get tired? He said, no, not while addressing people's issue. That's what I have, that's what the objective of my life is. And irrespective of Congress or BJP or any party or BSP, but it is not about them, it is more about representing the people. When these parties were supposed to raise a voice against whatever was happening in the ruling government by BRS, all these schemes, when they were launched, they were not being implemented. Who was the voice? He was the voice. He was the voice for the people of Telangana, who were for the BCs. He was taking a stand for the backward classes in Telangana. He was the one demanding for the, today we have BJP announcing there will be a BC chief minister. Where were they when, BRS was launching these schemes and not fulfilling them? All right, so great energy levels, it's contagious. Thank you so much, Amitabh Bhai. And then Q News office is Praja Darbar. Exactly, funny Shekhar, yes, you are right. That is how I felt, although I did not have anything to say, I could only understand, but I did not contribute in any ways. It's better to keep quiet when you cannot, and he has the knowledge around everything, around different departments that exist. I do not have any say, but I was there, a part of those meetings, and that's what he does. ऐसा कोई सगा नहीं जिसे हाथ ने ठगा नहीं. There is a song also, no? ऐसा कोई सगा नहीं. All right, so Bunty and Bubbly, yeah, that was the name of the movie, Naveen. If you, Sainath Reddy says namaskar and superb. So thank you so much, Sainath. And moving on to our news section. So let's move to the news, and I think I made it clear as to what is Mallanna's stand, irrespective of the party he wants to support, or he wants to oppose the BRS government. That's it. That's what the bottom line is. If it is BJP and they are doing a good job, he will say congratulations and good work done. If it is Congress doing a good job, even if it is BRS, if they are implementing the schemes, he might, you might see him praising BRS as well. If they do whatever they have promised, the schemes they have launched are very good, but are they implementing it? The kind of work that you saw in Medigada Barrage, Kaleshwaram project, he was the one to highlight it in 2019. There are videos available. He was the one who called it, this is a corrupt project, it might not sustain. He was doubtful even then, and his doubt was proved here when the whole Medigada Barrage is now sinking. And severe, I could not stream when that was happening. I could not get that news to you. So, but I'm sure you might have got that news that, what is the center saying about that barrage? It needs to be reconstructed. That's the level of, construction. That's how dangerous it has become now. So it is going to, there are cracks, it is sinking, and it's world's largest lift irrigation program with such flaws. Can you believe it? Now, rather than being a model that was to be followed by other countries, one, it is economically not viable. Why was it conceived at the first place? Two, let's say it was made as a wonder of the world, the biggest lift irrigation program, then it should have remained that way. At least it would have become a tourist destination, but even that did not happen. It is now sinking. So that actually, it gives a bad name for the country and the engineers as well. Now moving on, we have UGC issues norm for global varsities. So University Grants Commission has given a norm for global. Now there are universities to be launched or to be opened across the globe. Now for which the norms have been issued from the UGC, Universities Grant Commission. University Grants Commission issued a new regulation on Wednesday for foreign universities looking to establish and operate campuses in India. All right, so it's the other way round. I thought Indian universities are going to open out there in different countries, but it's the other way around. Now UGC, they will also, the foreign universities will also now be tied up with the University Grant Commission, and they can, the new norms have been proposed so that they have to follow those norms, and they can also launch their offices here, and they can conduct admissions. Ethics panel to take action against Moitra. Now Moitra was in news, she was in news for taking money to take out Ambani's name in the parliament, or Adani's name, so to say. I'm sorry, my mistake. Adani, she was paid money by a businessman that, you take out his name, you call for Adani again and again, so that, and it all helps them to gain the market share. He might be a competitor to Adani in some industry, in some particular domain. And if this happens, if a politician of that stature calls for Adani, and if they say this has been done, the favor has been extended to Adani, immediately it has an impact on the share prices, and the competitor's share price will definitely go up. And this relates to financial gains. And also it seems she was paid to raise this issue, or to create an issue out of thin air. Now, the Ethics Committee of Lok Sabha is scheduled to convene on Thursday to adopt a draft report concerning the cash for query allegation involving Trinamool Congress MP Mahua Moitra. There are indications that the committee may take stern view of the charges against her. She was also called on 2nd or 3rd, I'm forgetting the date, but she actually walked out of the discussion stating that the kind of questions that were being asked were not, they were very demeaning. And the questions that were asked were there was a location, I think I'm forgetting the location, it was out of India somewhere. So it was asked that where were you staying, which was the hotel, with whom were you staying. These were the questions that were asked, and she said these are very personal questions and she doesn't wish to answer any of these. What do we have here? We have BJP, an anti-tribal party, alleges Rahul. Rahul Gandhi says BJP is anti-tribal party, but who actually referred Draupadi Murmu's name? And on the other hand, we have Draupadi Murmu. Now, I don't know, is it intentional of the editor to place this news together? On one hand, he says BJP is anti-tribal. On the other hand, we have a president who was nominated by BJP, who happens to be the cards well played, is what I would say. So BJP has, I'm really a big fan of BJP now, because they have everything covered. You name it, they have it. And the president is, she belongs to a tribe, and he says it's anti-tribal party. What a contrast out there. So let's see. Rahul Gandhi, a Congress leader, criticized the BJP on Wednesday, alleging that BJP refers to tribes as Vanvasi rather than Adivasi. Now, what is the difference between Vanvasi and Adivasi? Vanvasi is somebody who resides in the Van. Van in Hindi means the jungle or the woods in English, and Adivasi means Adikal se vas karne wale. Somebody who was residing here since times known. So Adikal is a time period, and so that is what the difference is. Somebody who's a native since the since the times we know of. So, speaking at a campaign rally in Chhattisgarh ahead of the second phase of assembly polls, he also took a swipe at BJP leaders for urging tribal communities not to learn English while sending their own children to English medium school. Okay. And Gandhi said, the BJP uses the term Vanvasi, forest dwellers, for Adivasi. There is a significant distinction between Vanvasi and Adivasi. You may have seen the video where a BJP leader urinated on a tribal man, referring to an incident in BJP-ruled Madhya Pradesh. Gandhi urged that this incident reflects the BJP's mindset. He explained the term Adivasi, original inhabitant. Yeah, that's an exact translation. Original inhabitant carries a profound meaning. It signifies your rights to Jal, Jungle, Zameen. You know what? How rhyming that is. J, J, J. So actual rhyme was Zar, Joru and Zameen. So that's what it is. But it has been now, transpired to Jal, Jungle or Zameen. Okay. But don't you think Zameen and Jungle, they are like something similar? And for them, the jungle is only their Zameen. Okay. Varanasi implies, Vanvasi implies those who reside in the jungle. The BJP labels you have, the BJP labels you as Vanvasi, while we call you Adivasi. The BJP takes away your rights, we bestow them. We embrace you while BJP leaders disrespect you. Gandhi also raised concerns about the diminishing forest cover in the country, questioning where the Vanvasi would go when the forest disappears in the next 15 to 20 years. Where the Adivasi would go, sir, not Vanvasi would go. You are calling them Vanvasi in your own I don't know if it's written wrong in the article, I doubt that, but if he has said, he has called them Vanvasi himself. So that's, I don't know, that's a very self-contradictory or a self-goal is what I would say. He highlighted the disparity in educational opportunities, saying BJP leaders tell you not to learn English. Well, nobody will ever tell you not to learn any particular language. They might emphasize learn Hindi, learn Tamil, learn Telugu, learn Kannada. And in fact, the Chief Minister of Karnataka also emphasizes on Kannada people learning Kannada or learning how to read and write Kannada and talking in Kannada. That's their pride. That's understandable. But nobody will ask you to stop reading, don't read any or don't learn any language. Nobody will ever say that, sir. But okay, it might have been the case if he's saying so. Gandhi also questioned Prime Minister Narendra Modi's identification as an OBC in his speeches while expressing concerns about the lack of support for OBCs when it comes to caste census. What does this mean? You know, how can you extend support to OBCs during a caste census? Yes, post the caste census, you will get to know. I agree to your point about caste census to be done so that, you know, they can have an equal representation. That is a valid point. But I don't know, it does not make much sense to me per se. Probably I'm getting it wrong. He called for the release of a report on caste census conducted by the previous UPA government and claimed that the government is influenced by the corporate interest, specifically Adani. What has Adani got to do with caste census? God knows. Can anybody please tell me in the comment section? I might be getting it all wrong. So let's see if anybody has any thoughts on that. Bharat before roti, kapda and makan to after bullet train. Bharat before roti, kapda or makan. So earlier, you know, the focus of the Indian government, that's what Naveen Kota wants to say. The focus of India was on roti, kapda or makan. Now these are the basic necessities that we were running after. But after, he is a very, very pro BJP gentleman. So he says before the BJP came into power, we were running behind roti, kapda and makan, and now the run is after the bullet train. That's what he's referring to. Ramalu Gaud, he says, good morning Vijay Rana, and very good morning to you as well, Ramalu, and good morning to Mallanna as well. Amitabh says, call him Rahul Gandhi, as some people will get confused with Mahatma Gandhi. Also, let's also learn Sanskrit. Yes, we have Naveen here. So Amitabh and Naveen, you know, they make a good combination. Yesterday, Naveen was writing in Sanskrit, making it more difficult for me to read. But I just need to brush my skills, because there was a time in class 8, I topped the class, you know, when it came to Sanskrit, and I was to speak in Sanskrit at that point in time, because Malti madam was my favorite teacher. The way she, and I still know, पठती पठता पठंती पटसी पठता पठता पठामी पठावा पठामा कर्ता ने कर्म को करने से के द्वारा संप्रदान को के लिए अपादान से जुदाई अधिकरण में पर संबोधन है अरे. So I still know that, and you know, I can actually, I just need to brush up and I can actually talk in Sanskrit over here. Now, good morning Sudarshan Garu. So Ramalu got, oh all right, so he is wishing all the QNews team, Baba, CIA teaches Chanakya Niti. We are still obsessed with English. Yes, you know, it's not about the obsession, so to say, Naveen, I would say, but you know, the globalization has led, you know, what I feel is all the interviews, you know, the corporate houses that I worked with, and they are all the top notch amongst their league, you know, in their different fields of work. Now, I worked with these houses, and when I gave the interview, my interview discussion was in Hindi. And now when I take an interview, you know, I conduct a lot of, I've reached that position where I take interviews. So I talk to the candidates in Hindi, I try to speak with them in Telugu and their local languages. But when it comes to a global approach, when it comes to interacting with the clients overseas, I cannot expect a client of mine sitting out there in Africa sitting out there in Middle East, I have to speak to them in English. So that's the, because English is extensively used by all the nations. So that's a global language. It has become over a period of time. So that is why it is considered to be important. But yes, our own language, Hindi, now I cannot understand, I cannot expect a US citizen or US resident or a native US citizen to understand Hindi. But yes, they are analyzing our ancient Vedic texts. They are analyzing our different, scripture from Chanakya Niti, very well cited out there, and they are taking those lessons now. Because the kind of the Chanakya, there is a lot about Chanakya also, the Nitis, and I see a similarity between our, what is his name? How can I forget his name now? All right, I'll get to that now. I look at him more like a Chanakya, although he's very well versed with English. He's the External Affairs Minister, Jai Shankar. All right, S. Jai Shankar. So when I listen to him, the way he conducts himself, or the way his diplomacy, or the way how diplomatically he handles or analyzes or presents himself or assesses a situation, that's brilliant. That reminds me of Chanakya, the Nitis, and the way, when he can communicate in a very, very stern manner. The message that he gives is very stern, but he looks very polite and, very sophisticated, but he hits you hard. So big fan out there of S. Jai Shankar, although, while reading the news, you tend to forget names at times. It happens. So it's not a blooper, but then it did happen with me right now. And moving on, we have Congress. Deccan Chronicle covers news about three parties, that is BJP, Congress and BRS. Now what do they have to say about each other? Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Congress controls Khadge. We have Revant Reddy from Congress will say, we will hike Raitu Bandhu, says. Now Raitu Bandhu, for those of you who do not understand Telugu, is the scheme that was launched to support the farmers. If you have an acre of land, you will be given X amount of money every month or year. I'm not sure on that. So that was Raitu Bandhu. And BRS built facilities for all classes, says the Chief Minister. KCR to file nominations from Gajwel and Kama Reddy today. Malla Reddy, Revant Reddy file papers and declares a set. All right, so Congress and BRS, both of the ministers from both the parties are now going to file their papers. The Chief Minister, the candidates from both the parties, sorry. The Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao on Wednesday said his government will give ownership titles or pattas to non-tribals for the Podu or forest land and agency land. He also promised to include RA community into the OBC and will try to extend all possible help to the Mali community. Addressing the Praja Ashirwad Sabha in Sirpur, Chandrasekhar Rao said BRS government has successfully created the infrastructure and basic amenities. How true is that? People from Telangana who are watching us, please do let me know in the comment section. Is it a fact that they have done all this? They have successfully created the infrastructure for basic amenities. And BRS, KT Ramarao says BRS is not the B team of any party. There have been, there have been allegations that BRS is the B team of BJP, owing to which he is actually, countering that we are not a B team to anyone. And we have the Hindu also. Yesterday it was an eye opener for me as well. I could not find the news in Hindu earlier, but now I found out that there is some very good news out there in Hindu also. I used to see all the advertisements because the first 5 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's all covered with advertisements. So that used to disappoint me a lot. But there is a hidden page out there, and since it's an e-paper, so the life becomes difficult. Otherwise, had it been a regular paper, I would have done this, and straight away to page 4 or 5 or 6 or 8. So now here it is. We have this page here. Kerala moved Supreme Court against the governor again. And why is that? The Kerala government on Wednesday moved the Supreme Court for the second time against Governor Arif Muhammad Khan. We just read this, in the comment section. Arif Muhammad Khan, that he was actually not allowing a bill to pass. What was it about? Now, accusing him of trying to defeat the rights of the people of the state by indefinitely sitting on several crucial bills, especially those addressing post-COVID public health concerns. So Arif Muhammad Khan is not passing those bills, and that is the allegation from the chief minister out there. Now this always happens, we saw this in case of Telangana as well. There was a bill that was to be passed for TSRTC, if I'm not wrong, and it was said that the governor is not, they want some changes. There are some, if the bill is not in accordance to the rules and regulations and it is not beneficial to both the parties, governor has the right to hold that bill. So that is what he has done, and he is being called out for. Now, denied ticket, Congress aspirant attempts suicide. Wow. Oh, that's a big one coming in there. For Kalusa Balraj, a strong Congress ticket aspirant from Banaswada constituency, attempted suicide by consuming pesticide on Wednesday as a mark of protest against the ticket being given to former MLA and BJP leader E. Ravindra Reddy. Where is that news? So here he is. Kasula Balraj being treated at a hospital after he reportedly consumed pesticide after being denied a Congress ticket. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? If Congress denied you ticket, that's not the end of the road for you, sir. I don't know how to interpret this. Whether he will, whether it will be in favor of him or it will be against him, God knows. Tickets to turncoats who joined the Congress overnight and ignored strong contenders ahead of the announcement. Now, this is what I was actually talking about, earlier when this whole thing started. People who join, who leave, they are the turncoats as addressed, but they are the new entrants to this party. They are veterans, but a new kid on the block for a particular party. They might be a veteran with the earlier party, but if they move to a new party, they are the new kids on the block. But that is not the case. They are being given the top priority. And also, what about the man who's low in the cadre, who has actually, he has been spending years and years of his life campaigning for the party, and then eventually somebody else comes in and he gets the ticket. What about the hard work, the years of hard work that has been put in by this party worker? Although they should not be committing suicide, that's a crime, and that's not the end of the road. But the parties need to address this issue as well. So that's another challenge for them. Now, G7 meet appeals for humanitarian pauses in Gaza. Now, G7 meeting being held, and they would appeal to Israel to have some pauses on humanitarian grounds to provide some aid to the civilians. Yet again, the same photograph that we saw, the same photograph has been used here as well. And what else do we have here? Nitish apologizes. People of MP looking for a change. BJP will be voted out, says Kamal Nath. Madhya Pradesh Congress President, former CM Kamal Nath asserted that the people of state will vote out the BJP as they are looking for a change. Alright, and what do we have in Times of India? CGI, alright, 20k Sangh Cadre Power BJP campaigning in Karimnagar. 20,000 Sangh Cadre Power BJP campaigning in Karimnagar. That's a big one coming in. BJP does not have a stronghold as of now, but we have, there is a big campaign being rolled out, all the faces. We have Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi personally visiting Telangana. We have, now Amit Shah also personally addressing a lot of rallies out there in Telangana. Now their focus is Telangana, and owing to which now they have been joined by 20,000 Sangh Cadre Power. Now if this happens, if it is if this is happening out there in Karimnagar, all the parties need to watch out for. this kind of a campaign with 20,000 people. Now that's and they are all dedicated. They work with dedication, the utmost dedication, and it is very difficult, and they will impress the common man out there. They will work day in, day out for the basic amenities for a common man or whatever is assigned to them. And 20,000 people are actually going to do that. That's a big boost to the campaign of Bharatiya Janata Party. So they might emerge as a surprise winner. 2 days ago, I was speculating this. Will this be, Congress and BRS are the strong parties, but will they be the underdogs and will they steal the show? Will that happen this time around? People, do let me know in the comment section. What is your thought about it? A lot of political, unrest out there in Telangana, and a lot of speculations. Every party, they are focusing, and KCR's chopper hit by a technical snag again. All right, NIA crackdown on trafficking networks. Modi slams Nitish. All right, Maharashtra government to buy Air India building for 1.6 thousand crores. And also Congress MLA arrested over hate speech. Also, I heard, I was going through a news about Bhupesh Baghel, and the news was his name has emerged in another scam. That was, I think, a betting app scam is where his name has appeared, and he was actually directing I think Pioneer covers it. What is Naidu's strategy? BRS cheated poor in the name of 2 BSK houses, marriages and polls at the same time. Odd even schedule deferred. Delhi plans to cloud seeding, owing to the pollution in Delhi. Now, earlier the plan was, we did see a scheme that was launched that's called as odd and even scheme. So how it works out is, let's say on a Sunday, only the vehicles whose numbers end in an odd number, say, let's say 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Vehicles whose numbers end in these numbers will only be allowed to ply in Delhi. And on Monday, vehicles whose number end in 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, they will be plying on in Delhi. They will be allowed to commute. Now that was the plan. Now that will substantially reduce the pollution. That was the attempt. Now instead of that, cloud seeding is what they are opting for. Odd even scheme deferred. They will be utilizing the scheme, but for now Delhi plans cloud seeding. Now cloud seeding, what they mean is, it's like artificial rains are to be conducted. The odd even car rationing scheme will be implemented in Delhi after the Supreme Court reviews its effectiveness and issues an order on while artificial rain through cloud seeding will be attempted around November 20th to combat air pollution, which breached the severe category again on Wednesday. Now that's the issue for the people residing in Delhi, and that's the challenge they are facing. They don't get the proper air to breathe. And also, while we have Diwali, it is celebrated, and yesterday I got to anybody out there, I owing to Diwali, I got an insight that one of my colleagues, he's from Kerala. So he told me one thing, that Diwali is not celebrated in Kerala. It's not one of the major festivals in Kerala. Is that true? He's a Keralite. He's a Malayali gentleman, and he told me this. So people, anybody from Kerala, please do let me know. Is that true? So also we have Amitabh say, Bhai tum. True English is also important, and it's a global language. Even China is teaching English to their people. And yes, Amitabh, that is very true. Morning, Rana sir, says Raghu Bhavna. Welcome, Raghu or Bhavna. What is your first name? Is it Raghu, or do I call you Raghu or Bhavna? There are two distinct names in itself. Now, Sam Dam Dand Bhed. All right, so yes, these are the different techniques. What Amitabh is referring to are the different techniques that are used to get a work done. Dam means giving money. Dand is giving punishment or using force. and divide and rule is also. So, oh, he is actually, it's about the Chanakya Nitis that he is referring to, Sam Dam Dand Bhed. Now, moving on, we have good morning from Malaki Manda. True, unimaginable. And Naveen Kota, before people sacrificed life for nation, now times have changed and they are sacrificing life for a party ticket. Mera Bharat Mahan. Well, that's the comment coming in. Srinivas man. All right, wear a watch, please, so that I know which is your left hand. Weird scheme, odd even, kuch bhi. That's absolute, I don't know. That's coming in from Noida, people very close to Delhi, and social justice is also here, along with Rangam Shrinu. And he says, Rangam Srinivas, Vanaparthi town. All right, welcome Rangam Srinivas. And people, while you all are here, I would urge you all to please share our stream, and please do hit the like button, and we would need your support going forward as well. So let's come back to the news. Interesting comments out there, interesting comments, and in fact it's already time for me. So there was this, I think Mahadev, what kind of, there was a betting app actually, and I think the allegation against Bhupesh Baghel is that he took money from the directors of this betting app. Now this betting app, I don't know, I know about this, but I don't know how you bet, satta is what they call in cricket. I know that they bet on every ball, or on this ball there will be a 4 that will be hit, but I do not know how it works, and how is the equation. I have never actually dealt with it. But there is a lot of money that exchanges hands. If I am not aware of it, it does not mean that it does not exist. It does exist, and crores of rupees. The scam actually, let's have a quick look as to, I'm forgetting the name also of this app. It is the betting app scam, let's call it Mahadev or something related to Shivji. Was the name Mahadev betting app or PE? Betting app scam. Mahadev, I was very correct. Mahadev betting app scam. What is Mahadev betting app scam? The Mahadev book app operates through several websites which advertise the contact numbers on portals to entice people into betting. It also provides platforms for illegal betting on live games such as poker, cards game, cricket, badminton, tennis and football in India. And this has been published 3 days ago, some article, I do not have the reference for it. So this is what is happening, people, and Bhupesh Baghel was actually found suggesting, the allegations are that he actually suggested to the director of the Mahadev app, the fraudulent app, that why don't you go to Dubai and operate from there, so that the chances of you getting caught are none. So that is what was the suggestion that was given, and there is a lot about this story of Mahadev app, its promoters, and why Ranbir. So a lot of celebrities were also there, they were hired to do the advertising for this betting app. And let's see, betting app scam, Baghel, Bhupesh Baghel. Let's see why his name is here. Did Chhattisgarh CM Bhupesh Baghel advise Mahadev? So that is what first post has to say. Let's see what first post has to say. Did Chhattisgarh CM Bhupesh Baghel advise Mahadev betting app owner to flee to Dubai? That's the question. That is what the allegation is. So with time, we will get to know what was the outcome of it. I have shared this news channel to multiple English learning groups, WhatsApp groups. Thank you so much, Lucky Mind Kids. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And with that, people, I think it's time for me to hand over the baton to our studios out there in Telangana, wherein we will have our very own, the people's champion Mallanna taking on the ruling government and the policies of the government, questioning everything in Q News, Shanarthi. So people, thank you so much for joining in today. This is Vijay Rana signing off. Jai Hind. To Bhagya Kumar for being there almost 10 minutes before time, and I was actually ready as well. So I just wanted to wait till the clock ticks at